Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It is Mr. Extra here. So I figured let's go ahead and talk about what's coming out this next set, right? So Valiant Smashers is coming out. I figure we could talk about Centurion. Anyone who knows me knows that I was already trying to cook with this, and I figure I would elaborate a little bit. So, price point right now for Centurions, we're gonna go pull this list up, but I have two lists for you guys that I've came together that's halfway decent that you can potentially think about. But Centurion has all the money slots for Valiant Smashers coming out, so your wallet is about to hurt. I would not buy this right on release, guys. It's going to be really expensive, and just fair warning, it's just going to be expensive. So let's get down to it. So the Centurion strategy is real simple. It can do one card combo into Calamity Lock multiple times, guys. Multiple times if it needs to. I have two lists to show you guys, some really cool stuff, right? Granted, you'll see like Bonfire in this list. Bonfire comes out the set after Valiant Smashers, but I mean, hey, it's not that far away and it's a side set, so it should be pretty easy to get to the Bonfire. But that being said, so Centurions, they primarily will, they do a lot of stuff that pertains to putting their own monsters in the back row as continuous traps to special summon other monsters or change their levels and do level manipulation. So I got a list here for you guys that you guys can just peep at, just a little list to go over. But realistically, Centurion's gonna end up probably being a huge problem later down the road, because imagine doing Calamity Lock with, I don't know, almost no commitment to it. You don't need a lot of resources. Realistically, all you have to do is end on this thing, and then the Crimson Dragon. That's all you have to do. Crimson Dragon targets this thing, Legatub, special summons this thing, or King Calamity effect, GG, pick it up. That's just how easy it is. And getting into Legatub is very simple. Like literally, to do the whole line, you literally only got to open either Premia or Trudea. Trudea is like the primary choice if you have to choose between which one to open here, but you literally just need to open one of these two to do that line. Now, this version of the deck is a Abyssal version, and this one I actually like because primarily it can just turbo out Chaos Angel, turbo out Baron. I know you see Conflagrant Calamity here. I know you also see Glass Goddess and Majestic Spell Spirit. I'll elaborate. So, Majestic Spell Spirit, all these Majestic stuff, there's a reason for that, right? So, one thing that this deck can do, or rather like it's done already just over an OCG, is you can make Conflagrant Calamity, and then Conflagrant Calamity will equip a Majestic monster from the extra deck to it, and then your opponent cannot activate the effects of those monsters. So, for example, if I put out Conflagrant Calamity, and then I equip Spell Spirit to it, then they can't use fusion effects. So if I do Conflagrant Calamity and equip Glass Goddess, no XYZs. You guys get the point, right? But realistically, the deck's gonna be pretty cool. Recommend you all look into it. You can see that there can only be one on the side. This deck can play. There can only be on pretty fucking well. I'm gonna be honest with you about that. It even has its own in-house counter trap that it can search that just says nope to a bunch of stuff, right? And it can also play anti-spell since you don't run a high spell count. In this version you might, but mainly by the time you anti-spell, you already have stand up on the field and you probably already went through your Bonfire, right? To the Swamp Deity, because Swamp Deity and Anguish Pattern are pretty hilarious in this case. So Swamp Deity says during the main phase special summon this card, and you flip it up, it becomes a monster, it moves to the field, and then negates the effects of all face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of other continuous traps you control. Well, here's the big funny about this. So, when, like, Premium, Trudea, and then MF are in the back row, they are considered continuous traps. So basically, you can flip up Swamp Deity, and say if you have two of these in the back row, at least one, you can permanently negate a card on the field. Now, Anguish Pattern, you'll see Anguish Pattern in here, this is pretty cool. Effect monster becomes a rock monster. Now, while you control another trap card, this is a monster. So it says, if summoned this way, this card cannot be targeted by opponent's card effects while you control another trap card. If this card is special summoned from your spell trap card zone while this card is a monster. So if you move a trap and make it a monster, so if you bring one of these and slide them from the back to the front, this pattern can pop a card in the field. Now, interesting thing about pattern here is it is not once per turn. So if you already have pattern out and you're going in, like, let's say you went first, you sat up, they broke it, you're building back up, right? So you go redo your lines again, you go true to effect, put out Premia slide to the front. As soon as Premia slides to the front, pattern will pop a card. And then when they bring out this one right here and to the back and slide it to the front, it'll pop another card. It's just very, very, it's some jank, guys, it's some jank. You can also see the E-Rad in here. For this build, you could definitely E-Rad, mainly because the Bestial's here, and then the Droll for obvious reasons. I'll go over the other build real quick that I've been kind of working on. I've been looking forward to the Centurions for a while now. So we'll save this, and we're going to go to the Horus build. Now this Horus build is a rough draft right now, guys. And as you guys know, Horus is pretty new. And Horus is pretty busted. Don't even say it's not. It really is. All it takes is, I've won games solely just because they couldn't get rid of King Sark. All it takes to OTK, which is Horus by itself, is I'm SETI, one of the other ones, and then the water one. That right there is, because the water one will be at 36 when there is 3 horses on the field, including itself. So 36, 3,000, and then like the Happy or the Protection, or the Protector, either way. Well, this build's just a little bit different. Side deck's a little bit different. Extra deck, you can see something real janky. And we're running Typhon, obviously. And then you have Infection Buzz King. This isn't out yet. It will be coming out here soon. So this could easily just be something else. This could honestly be Photon Lord, too. If you're wanting to shell out $70 for a, I don't know, negate. And then you see the classic Crimson Blader. Now, there's a reason why I put this in here. Okay, so for any of you people who don't know what Crimson Blader does and didn't play when it came out, destroy an opponent's monster by battle and send it to the graveyard. Opponent cannot normal or special summon level 5 or higher monsters during their turn. So it is a very, very weird floodgate, right? It's also a fire monster too. But just hold that thought for later cooking down the road. But basically, you throw this thing out, you smack one of their cards, and then guess what? I guarantee they're not putting anything out from the extra deck. Well, I mean, they could, realistically, but main deck, just now. So if they're playing like Cash, they can't do it. If they're playing like Horus, they can't do it. Just a bunch of craziness, right? Because it just locks them out from their main deck. Extra deck's a little bit different, obviously. Aside from like Synchros. Synchros still have levels, so they couldn't Synchro Summon. They can link and do XYZs, that's kind of about it. But this is just a rough draft as well. Talents in the 2 talents in the thrust could obviously be changed into something else. Canopic doesn't have to be there, but it can totally be there too. And then we're running a bunch of defensive stuff. So the Ash Blossoms, obviously, the Nibs, those are defensive. Imperm technically is too, so all your generic hand traps. Talents in the thrust are your power spells. And then Fenrir, because he's interactive as hell, guys. But that being said, I don't got too much else for you guys for Centurion. But Valiant Smashers, if you're going to buy this deck and you're going to jump right onto it, you should probably wait right out the gate. It's going to be good, but I doubt anyone wants to pay the same price points that you had to pay for Cash when Cash first came out, and I feel like it's going to be the same way. Because Premium and Trudea are both going to be extremely expensive. MF here probably won't be. And then Stand-Up Centurion is going to be insanely expensive, assuming that they have Stand-Up as an Ultra as well, which I'm pretty sure this is an Ultra, this is an Ultra, and this is an Ultra for Ultra slots for the set. But outside of that, guys, this is all I got for you right now. Mr. Extra over here at Team Extra, just trying to cook in the lab for you guys. Figure out share some of the sauce, some of the goo, you know, the good stuff. But that being said, I'll have more for you guys later down the road. For anyone who doesn't know yet, the regional is on Saturday for Lexington. Me and my squad will be out there. Come say hi, come get some pictures. Hell, if you want, you can even jump into one of our videos, bro. Like, what's up? Like, we're very interactive towards our fan base. Like, we love that shit. But that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for watching.